Hello. Um, can you hear me okay?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, I hear you now as well. Hey, what's up, man?
How are you? I'm good.
How's it going?
Uh, Great.
Alright, normally I paste a couple questions beforehand to prepare. Couldn't really do that this time, so I'll just paste them now. We can quickly go through them. You can
Okay.
just say them aloud to me, you know. It's all good.
Just call me Doobie, I think.
Doobie, alright.
Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you,
Uh,
Doobie. You could call
how did
me
you find?
Stoyan or Slash, whatever's easier for you.
Okay. Uh, my girlfriend suggested this site, Gamer Sensei, and then
Aha, okay.
she, she clicked about you, and she told me that you're a good coach.
Okay.
So
Has
I asked my mom to try this coaching
uh-huh.
session.
And
Yeah.
has she done coaching from this website before?
No, it's first time.
Uh-huh. But how did she know about it? Or just happened to know?
I lost the tournament and I told her that I want to improve really bad,
Uh-huh,
and
uh-huh.
she helped me find some coaching
Okay, okay, nice.
and yeah,
Okay, that's pretty nice for her,
MMR. I'm currently at 6.1,
yeah. Okay,
6.1.
okay, nice.
I've played Dota for six years.
Mm-hmm. I
Mm,
see.
What are you looking for? I want to improve, and I want to know how good players think inside the game, like 8K players. I want
Mm-hmm.
to be a pro.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, but uh, yeah, I want to go pro and reach really high MMR.
Okay, awesome. Alright. Well, yeah, that's what I'm gonna help you with then. Um, all right. So you said you never tried coaching before?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Okay. Um, okay. So let me first ask you, what would you say? Like, what are your strengths and weaknesses? What is holding you back? Right? Like, imagine I don't know you, right? Right? I'm gonna get to know you better, but imagine you know yourself, right? And you're the coach. What do you think is the biggest thing you can improve on?
I'm not confident with my laning phase. Sometimes find it hard when I play against good players. I think it's about mechanical skills and my strengths. I If I'm really farmed, I know I can carry the game. And
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. And so, what role do you play mostly?
I play carry and mid, but now I'm practicing carry for future tournaments.
Okay. So carry mid, but you're focusing a bit on carry now. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. All right. And do you have maybe a replay that we can check out
Uh,
to start with?
uh, yeah, I have.
Okay. You can send me the ID. Meanwhile, I'm gonna send you a Google Doc, which is where we're gonna keep track of what we do, like a summary of each lesson, plan for future lessons, and also there's some pre-written stuff there that we're gonna go over. So here's the link.
Okay.
Here's the link. All right, you should be able to see it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's quickly go over these things. So you mentioned mechanics already. You feel that mechanics are your weakness because you lose the lane sometimes to some players, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, like, I doubt that. I think that's probably not the problem, but we will see. For most people, like, mechanics are not, especially, I mean, in this case, if you're 6k already, I really don't think mechanics are gonna be the problem. Except this one, and this is actually a problem for almost everyone, camera control. And almost everyone can do a better job at that. But that is something we're gonna see in the replay.
Okay.
Then we have game plan, right? You could see game plan as everything that's inside the game. Okay. First of all, like this document, like the plan, it's kind of dividing the game into topics, right? So game plan, see that as all the decisions you make in game, right, are based on this.
Yeah.
Like when do you do what? And then strategy. The thing is that game plan is actually based on strategy for the most part. This part, and this is something that's basically outside of the game. You could prepare it outside of the game, knowing matchup, knowing what kind of build you can do, what items are good against what heroes, which heroes counter what, like for the lane, for you get it. Like everything is like knowledge you can prepare outside of the game, and this helps you with your decisions in the game. And both of these, you can improve them with experience, obviously, or with someone telling you and helping out, right? Which is what I'm for. Like I'll be helping out. Okay, so this was just to show you a little bit of this. And for this first lesson, like generally we do replay analysis for the first one, because then I can get a better understanding like how you are as a player, what you could improve on, what would be best for us to focus on. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna share a screen with you on Discord. You don't really need to have your game open, and we're gonna check out the replay. We're gonna use the replay basically to to see what you can improve on. So I'm gonna share screen just a second. Also, by the way, normally I stream all my coaching. Just this one I'm not streaming because it's already very late here, so I'm just recording it. But after that I can upload it, and I'll send you the video, and you can like watch it again later if you want.
Sure.
Okay. So here's you should be able to see my screen, right? So you are the Queen of Pain?
Phantom Lancer.
Or okay. Alright, I'll add you for it's gonna be easier later on if we do live coaching. Like I need to have you on friend list for a bit. Okay, so you're the Phantom Lancer here. Alright, so we're gonna focus on carry, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be asking you a lot of questions, right? Because I want you to. They might sound like too simple and stuff, but I want to have you think about things, right? The point of this coaching is not just that I tell you, okay, this is wrong, this is right, you should do this, right? Like it's gonna help you for like, it would have helped you in the game that we look at, but it's not gonna help you for the future game, okay? Because every game is different. So the point is you reach those conclusions yourself. Usually when we watch a replay, it's gonna be only, my bad, I already downloaded it, that's fine. It's gonna be mostly the first half, right? Because the second half already doesn't matter as much. And before we actually go into the replay, that's why I said shit here, there's a lot of information we can find like outside of the replay, which is here. And this is that strategy part, essentially, okay? So first, if I ask you, like, what are your two main if you had to say like 2 or 3, what are your main goals as a carry, right? Like what are you trying to do as position 1?
To get my item timings fast, like diffusal,
Mm-hmm.
and for PL, I should get it for like 14 to 16 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll try to fight if they make mistakes. I will wait for them to make mistakes, the enemies, and then
Okay.
uh, I'll farm my Manta. I want to pressure the safe lane, enemy safe lane, so I can get their map
Mm-hmm.
and pressure the other carry, like Drow. He's really weak if I have Diffusal
Mm.
Manta. That's it.
Okay. So you're pressuring the safe lane because it's a draw. If it's a different hero, would you still pressure the safe lane or no?
Depends on my item timing and my team if
Mm.
they can help me pressure.
Okay. Um. Okay, and after that, how do you win the game? As well, carry PL in this case, but also carry in general.
In this case,
It's not some
I
trick
should
question, right? Like, but
uh,
just how does
in
it look?
general,
Yeah, like when you win the game, what needs to happen for you to win the game?
my decision making in team fights and how I farm my items really fast to get the timings, the right timings.
Okay, to have to farm quicker, sure. Okay, let me ask you like
Yeah.
this: what would you say is the main difference between position 2 mid, and position 1 playing carry? What's the biggest difference? I mean, you could say more than one, but what's the biggest one that comes to mind?
Carry needs his main goal is to get his items and carry the game, and the mid to keep fighting to give space for the carry.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go. Okay, we're getting on to something. Yeah. So the way Dota, like the best way to play Dota, is basically one guy farming and 4 people enabling him to farm, making space, etc. And there's one hero that's gonna carry the game in the end. I mean, it could be someone else, but in the plan, it's the carry that will carry the game, right?
Yeah.
And how do you do this, right? Because you said, okay, get the item timings and win the fights. Okay, but your team can also win the fights, right? So what's usually the job of the carry?
Just farm, split push, and pressure side lanes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yes, you're right. But usually, what I'm getting at, usually the carry is the one that does the physical damage, takes buildings, right? It's the hero that hits buildings.
Yeah.
And buildings is how you win the game, right? Objectives. Right? Like,
Yeah.
you say item timing is to win the fight, okay, but why win the fight, right? Like, what's the point of, if you win 5 team fights, do you win the game?
No.
No. So how do you actually win the game?
Objectives.
Exactly. And sometimes it means also not fighting, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna write down again, carry is actually, I would say, the simplest role, right? So I'm gonna write down like a simple carry game plan, I guess. But it's really very simple, right? Like you said yourself, get farmed as fast as possible. Next very important objective is don't die. And then take objectives. That's basically what you need to think about as a carry. Everything you do is leading up to these things, right? So yes, sometimes you'll kill heroes, but the reason to kill a hero is to complete this third point, okay? So we're gonna approach the game right from the carry perspective. We can talk about a lot of extra stuff later, but for now, keep it simple. So PO is a very good example because, well, he's first of all one of the stronger carries in this meta, and he scales very well. So when you go into a game, right, after everyone picks their heroes and before the creeps spawn, there's a period of about 2 minutes, right? This period is very important. What do you usually think about in this period?
Strategy, game plan. What item should I buy? Who should I kill?
Okay,
What
so
should I do in
what items you should buy and who you should kill, right? Let me just copy paste this so I can. Pre-creep spawn thought checklist. So what items should I buy? And the next thing you said, who should I kill?
Yeah.
Okay. This first one, how do items help you to do this? I mean, this is pretty obvious, right? Like, more items, more damage, you can farm faster, take objectives, okay. How does the second one help you with this? Oh, it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't actually. Yes. So it's not your job to be killing heroes. Okay. Yes, you will kill heroes as a carry, obviously, but that's not something that's your focus, right? Everyone else should be thinking, who do we kill so that our carry has like the best chance? But you don't think that, because you need to kill creeps, right? And then you show up the fights, etc. And then you will get up kills inevitably. But you don't need to think, who should I kill? I mean, maybe you mean like, who should I focus in the fight? But that's something different, because that changes all the time throughout the game. Okay, so it's fine, but there's a lot of things missing that you need to think about more. I'll say the very number one biggest thing is, if you look at both, you need to look at both lineups and ask yourself, who has the better late game?
Us.
Okay, why?
Our heroes scales very well during late game, but if we make one mistakes, it will be over with nature and draw.
Yeah, and SF, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, armor.
And they have a lot of pushing. I mean, I don't know
But
if
we
SF,
have good team fight.
I don't know if SF took the. No, he didn't take the aura effects buildings, but anyway. Okay. But your heroes scale very well. I mean, kind of, yeah. But their heroes also scale well. So why is your late game better? You said our heroes scale very well into the late game. Okay, I kind of agree. But their heroes also scale very well into the late game. So why is your late game better then? I mean, if you don't know, just say that. I don't know. It's fine. Like I'm not like testing you, right? This is to get you thinking as well. What do you think? Did you understand what I asked you, or? Maybe it's lagging. Okay. Hello? Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, it's better. Yeah. I guess there was some lag. Okay. So I was asking you. You said our team scales very well, right? That's why you have better late game.
Yeah.
Okay, but their team also scales very well, right?
Yeah.
So why do you have the better late game?
Because I'm Phantom Lancer.
And
I counter draw in the SF.
yeah, okay, you have the better matchup. Yes, I agree. Yeah, like they don't have an answer for PL. It's kind of like a quote unquote free PL game if it goes late. Yes.
Yeah, I remember I made one mistake and they got 2 rocks.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mean we're gonna get to that, sure. So this is what you need to think about. Who has the late game? If you, if it's the enemy, you're on a timer. If not, going late is better. Right? Does this make sense? Right? Like obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing. So you know, okay, I'm PL, good matchup. The later the game goes, the better. If I get level 30 with like 6 slots, they actually cannot do anything. So, you know, I'm okay with like this defines a big part of your game plan. It means you're not pressured to do things early. We even got the illusion escape. That's actually really strong. Okay. The next thing, obviously, you need to think about your laning stage. Laning matchup. So, who did you expect to lane against in this game?
Void Spirit and Rubik, but ended up its nature, I think.
Yeah. So they have kind of weird team. I mean, I think it's more common to see Void Spirit position 4 with Nature's Prophet offlane. Even though Rubik 5 is a bit weird, but that's usually what happens. So, okay. And who do you think is stronger on this lane?
Our lane should be stronger.
Okay, you're PL Lion, yeah?
Lion.
Yeah. Okay. So this is very important. When you go into the lane, you need to know what you expect out of the lane. Like, first of all, matchup, who is stronger, who's weaker. Second, what is your goal on the lane? Like, how does the perfect laning stage, or like a quote-unquote one lane, what does that look like for you as a PL?
Yeah, sorry.
So,
again.
Like, what does it look like if you win the lane with PL?
With PL?
Yeah, in this lane, in this matchup.
It's good I can take more objectives with my right item timings.
No, in the laning stage, right?
Laning stage.
Yeah, we're talking, like, I mean, when does the laning stage end for you, let's say?
When I get 6.
Okay.
I can, yeah.
Yeah, because then you can jungle. Okay. So, until you get, when you get level 6, right? What happens until then that you consider, okay, we won the lane?
Like, what should I do when I reach 6?
No, how does it look, right? Do you, I don't know, like, what do you have? What items do you have? Do you have kills? Do you have some last hits? Or what are you expecting?
Treads and kills when I reach 6.
You want kills when you reach level 6?
Depends in the enemy team. But if I reach 6, I want to show the lane and jungle the
And you want to jungle? Okay, yes, I agree. But can you jungle and get kills at the same time?
No.
So which one is it then?
Jungle.
Yes. Okay. So yes, there are no kills. Okay. Basically, my question is like, you want, as a carry, pretty much always you want one thing. In a good laning stage, it means you got every single creep. That's it. You don't care about the enemy hero. You don't care about your support. You don't care about levels that much, right? You only care about getting as many last hits as you can. That's it.
Yeah.
And again, this doesn't involve fighting the enemy heroes a lot of the time. Okay. Now, one more thing we're gonna talk about before we actually look at the replay, and that's item build. Okay. So you go Power Treads, Diffusal, Manta, which is very standard, right, for PL. Pretty much always get these as your first 3 items. And then after that, so you went Basher.
Yeah, I feel like they can't kill me.
You went Basher because you feel they cannot kill you.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you feel like they could kill you, what would you get?
Heart?
Uh-huh. So after the Aegis, you got the heart because then you felt like, okay, they can kill me now. So I need heart.
Not really. I just want HP after that.
Okay, why?
It's really good on PL.
Okay, so this is like a very, very important thing I'll write down for you here. And you should use this a lot. It's the question to help you decide on item builds. Let's say golden question for item choices. This, you need to ask yourself this every time you buy an item. What can I do with this? With this item that I cannot do without. Okay, do you get what I mean with this question?
Yeah.
If the answer is nothing, that means it's a bad item. Okay, it's like an easy test. So let's go with the first one. Okay, diffusal. I mean, this is obvious, right? What can you do with diffusal that you cannot do without?
Team fights. PL is useless without diffusal.
Yeah, but I mean, take it a bit more literal. Like, don't think about like the game, like okay, yeah, team fight and stuff. But I mean, it's not really. You can team fight well diffusal also. It's just you're not gonna do much, right? But so
it's the main item for PL.
Why is it the main item?
Good with illusions. Yeah, like Naga.
Why is it good with illusions?
Burns mana.
Okay, there we go. Oh shit! All right. So the point of diffusal is it burns mana. Okay. So it is very good with illusions because they also burn mana. Obviously, let's look at the item. So illusions, melee illusions burn 16 mana per attack, and for each mana burnt, it does 0.8 physical damage. So that's like 12, 13 extra damage. Okay. Now
I didn't know about that.
You didn't know about this. Okay, that's pretty important to know. Let's start there. Now, if you go to PL, do you know how much percent damage the illusions actually do of PL of the ulti?
No.
If you had to take a guess, just take some guess. How much? Is it like 10, 50,
like
80?
Percent?
How much?
40.
40. Okay. It's 22. 22 damage they deal. 22%. So if you have 100 damage, they do 22 damage. Now you see why adding an extra 12 or so, I mean 16 times, this is like, yeah, it's like 13, 12 to 13 extra damage. Just from the diffusal, it's a lot. It's like double damage for the illusions, basically, more or less. That's the first thing. So it's right. So when we ask this question about an item, right, what can I do? It's important, like an answer. You know, like okay, I do more damage. Like that's not a good answer. Okay, because if you buy Crystallis, okay, illusions are gonna crit. They also do more damage. But it sucks, okay? So it's not about just doing more damage, it's this item is the single item that gives the most damage to illusions, first of all, for this money. And second of all, it's the mana burn, right? Without this item, you cannot burn mana. With this item, you can burn mana. And that's a very big deal. And then we even have the extra slow effect, which is also not bad, but that's like not the main reason. That's like the last reason to get it. So you're buying Diffusal to burn mana, and it's the one item that makes your illusions do a lot more damage. Like it makes your illusions relevant, right? Like relevant damage. Okay, what's the next item? Manta.
Manta.
Okay, what can you do with Manta that you cannot do without?
Dispel and stats.
Yes, okay, so again, stats, it's not a good reason because, like, Skadi also gives you stats. Sanjiasha also gives you stats. So why Manta? For the Dispel, like you said. There's a silence from Drow, Manta removes it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without Manta, you cannot escape from Drow silence. With Manta, you can escape from it. Like, simple, okay? This is the reason to buy the item. Okay. Now we get to Basher. Okay, what can you do with Basher that you cannot do without?
I don't know. I just tried it. I watched Sumail PL and then I just want to try it.
Okay. No, it's fine. I mean, so you haven't played many PO games, you mean, or what?
I do, but usually I after Manta I buy Heart of Tarask, but I tried Basher.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. I mean, first let's do Basher, then we can do Heart. So what can you do with Basher that you cannot do without?
Bash?
Yeah, stun, right?
Yeah.
It's not complicated. I mean, it actually gives 0 damage to your illusions because they cannot bash, and they don't take. This is white damage, right? It's not based on stats. It's flat plus 25, so they cannot bash, right? It doesn't help the illusions at all. Well, just the 10 strength helps them a little bit, to make them a bit tankier, but that's it. Okay. And how is that relevant?
Which one?
I mean, bashing people. What does that change? Why is it important?
To lock down enemies.
So,
I remember one team fight. There's a team fight that Basher is useful. I remember.
So, okay, what happened at team fight?
We won that team fight.
How was it useful? I mean, when it was useful and what?
I was focusing Drow and I bashed him.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to use Force Staff, Pike, I mean. Then I bashed, then he ran out of mana.
Okay. So you say lockdown, but you need to be clear here because, okay, diffusal, it slows. That's also like a form of, chasing and lockdown. Your first spell, the Spirit Lance, it also slows. That's also a form of chasing. Right, like
and they also have Void Spirit, but it's not an ideal.
34%. So okay, why is not ideal Void Spirit?
It's my team's job to kill Void Spirit, and we also have Lion and Sand King.
Yeah, it's your job to go on the draw. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I guess one big thing you kind of missed, I would say, especially in this game, they have Nature's Prophet. Right, Basher allows you to stop TPs. Without it, you cannot stop TPs.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty big thing, again, especially against Nature's Prophet, because if you don't have Basher, he actually does not care about you. Because you will never kill him in time before he TPs out. But the moment you have Basher, he cannot TP out. Suddenly, right? You see a big difference. You don't have solo kill potential on an enemy core hero. And with this one item, you do have solo kill potential, right? That's a very, very big difference. Okay. Now the heart. I mean, you got it in this case after the Basher, but let's say you said usually you go heart after Manta, okay? What can you do with the heart that you cannot do without?
A lot of HP, and I can reset during middle of team fight.
Okay, that's yes. With heart, you can regen in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
Without heart, you cannot. Okay. A lot of HP, again, it's not a good reason, right? When we talk about, like we said, damage, right? It needs to be enough damage for something, right? So enough HP for what? To survive what?
To survive damage. Bursts.
Okay, what burst?
In that game, there's no burst, only Shadow Fin.
Okay. So there's only a Shadowfiend, I agree, that really has burst damage, and he actually did not go for Yules, right?
And
He went
I
Mjolnir.
can stay longer the middle of fight.
In the middle?
Yeah.
No, I disagree. You just said you can reset, right? You can go out of the fight and heal. That doesn't mean you can stay longer in the fight. I mean, yeah, you have more HP, but that's not, it's not how it works. We'll get to that. So like you said, Heart, it's good against burst damage, yes, because it's like a flat increase. And yeah, it gives you a way to reset in the fight. So it's good against slow damage, but or how to say, like sustained damage. In this case, there is no burst. Okay. So who are you buying the Heart against? Because you say, I want to stay in the fight. Okay, with Heart, yes. But I can tell you immediately, with Satanic, you can stay in the fight a lot better. Do you agree?
Yeah. I think Heart is better.
Why?
With PL.
Why?
If you pop your Satanic as PL, they will know the real PL.
Okay.
And I only buy Satanic with PL if I play against Axe Legion.
Okay.
For status resist.
For status resist, okay, sure.
Heart.
No, I'm not saying you should have gone Satanic here, but I'm saying you need to like know the reason you're buying this item.
I just find it good with Illusion Heroes. It's really irritating for the enemies if they can kill you.
Okay, how are the enemies killing illusions in this game?
They bought Mjolnir.
Okay, so SF with Mjolnir. And what else?
And Void Spirit.
With what?
His ult and third skill.
Okay, so Void Spirit spells. Okay. So this is, limited damage. Like one hero can clear some illusions. And then you have an SF with Mjolnir. And that's basically it. Joe is nothing. Rubik can do nothing. Nature's Prophet also nothing. So looking at this SF build, I mean, I'll give it to you straight. Like it's Heart. When is Heart actually good on PL and on Illusion Heroes? It's good against heroes like Tinker, heroes like Zeus, heroes that have limited burst damage because it's from spells, and either their spells insta-cure illusions or not, or either they kill them in let's say 2-3 arc lightnings, or it takes 5-6 arc lightnings if you have Heart, and that's a very big difference. Right, that changes things a lot. But in the case, like I said, the biggest threat here is a Shadow Fiend that's right-clicking with Mjolnir. Okay, you can have 3 Hearts. If he keeps right-clicking with Mjolnir, you will... it's not... The Hearts are not gonna help, right? It's much better to, have more aggressive potential on him. And SF is not a counter to PL, okay? It's not... He's not good. Mjolnir's not a good item on him. So basically you're just better off itemizing aggressively. I would say the most standard PL build that I've seen a billion times is Diffuse on Manta into Abyssal. Okay? Abyssal also tanks up your illusions, and it changes something drastically because it allows you to, for example, insta-kill the Rubik at the start of every fight. If you have Abyssal. Or get on top of the Shadow Fiend and, you know, lock him down during the BKB. Or get on top of the Drow even better. Because you're like burning a lot of mana while they're Abyssal, obviously. Usually chain it with a bash. Yeah. So that's the build you generally want to go for. I don't see anything that having Heart here changes in the fight. Because with Diffusal Manta, yeah, I mean, we're gonna, now let's head into the replay. But just looking at the scoreboard, I would say those are like the biggest issues I see, let's say like that. So I'm gonna fast forward through the laying stage. We're not gonna look at it too much unless something very weird happened. I'm gonna scroll like this to see if you died early on. No, you didn't. First death was at 9 minutes. Okay. Let's see. So this, you see the replay, right?
Yeah.
We're on your player perspective right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So nothing too special going on here. Invoker ganks. Don't want to miss creeps, that's fine.
Actually told him to go back top.
Yeah, because you just want to farm. No reason to get aggressive.
Yeah.
He's actually leeching your XP, which sucks.
Radiant's Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, so here you send out Magic Wand. Why?
That's not really sure.
So your plan was what? To go jungle, right? At level 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're almost level 6. I mean, again, the Evoker kind of fuck with you because he stole a lot of experience. So your plan is to jungle. When is Magic Wand good?
When I stay in lane.
When you're fighting, right? I mean, not even in the lane. To be honest, this is one very overrated item. If you had a stick from minute 0, you would have like maybe 10 charges by now. 10, 15. Like not even full wand, right? The point of buying wand is when you're gonna get 20 charges. You're gonna get 20 charges when you're in a team fight, and only then. Or you're laning against like, you know, Bad Rider, Bristleback, something like that. Other than that, you only get full charges when you're in a team fight. But your PL, you're gonna farm jungle, you need the Fusel Blade, you're not planning to join a fight anytime soon, so this Magic Wand, complete waste of money. And even if you're in a lane where you need it, I would still only buy a stick and not the full wand because it's way less gold. So here you get left alone and they kill you. I mean, it sucks, you know, to leave the lane empty. You didn't really have to go back to the lane though. I mean, again, your goal is to just farm, right? So you could just go into the rest of the jungle, you would get level 6 there. I'm gonna rewind here. So you're respawning.
Dire's middle tower
And
is under attack.
you meet the TP bottom. Now, TPs on a carry are very, very important. Okay. Why did you TP bottom?
To defend the tower, and I really need 6.
Okay, so one of those is good, the other one is not good. To defend the tower is bad, okay? What is your job in the game? To get farmed? Remember these 3 things? Get farmed as possible, don't die. Okay.
Yeah.
Defending the tower is not part of that, okay? It's anyone but you's job to defend the tower. It's Evoker's job, it's Lion's job, it's Queen of Pain's job, it's Sanity's job, but it's not your job to defend the tower. Right? You need to think, how can I get farm as fast as possible? Okay, if you look at the map now, where is it better to take farm? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? Like, this one, like, the lane is out here, and Void Spirit is an active hero who's just killed you earlier with Rubik. Top lane is empty, and it's pushing into the tower. And it's a draw that you have a good matchup against. So, why not TP top right now?
He's level 7, and
Okay.
I can't lane him.
Okay, you think draw is stronger than the Void Spirit?
Yeah,
Why?
because of level, and I don't feel safe farming the side of them, that side of the map.
Why not?
It's the hard lane for the region.
Okay. Why, you mentioned earlier, right? Like, you go usually on the enemy safe lane as a carry, and that's like a classic safe lane move. The reason for this is not just because of carry matchup or shit like that, okay? The thing is, enemies, right, they want to group up and pressure somewhere. If they group up and pressure bottom and take the bottom tower, how much map control do they get? Which camps do you lose if they take this tower, right? Which camps become unsafe? This and this camp, right?
Yeah.
And to an extent, the Ancients as well. And honestly, to an extent, this camp as well. Okay, so you lose a lot of camps. Okay, if they take this tower, which camps become unsafe for you? Actually,
That camp.
maybe this one, but even that one not really, because it's still on your high ground. Maybe this one, okay. So, which tower is it better for him to push? Well, obviously this one, right?
Yeah.
And same thing goes for you, your team, right? If your team wants to push, would they rather get this tower, when like nothing changes, that's the most useless tower in the game, or would they rather get this tower where, again, you deny a lot of camps, right? You get a lot of room to push. And this is why, if you're here, and they come, like, they will come to push this tower because it's better. And if you're here, you can't farm. And then you're just kind of fucked. So that's why you go top, and they have to choose, okay, do we, like, run at this PL, right? But then we're not doing anything on the map, and we get a worse tower, or do we ignore the PL and actually go for this tower? And that's what, I mean, almost everyone's gonna do, and like good teams will do, because it's just it is always better to get this tower than to actually chase the carry somewhere else. So this is another reason why you should be usually going tipping to the offlane as a PL, as any carry really, and you want to do it sooner rather than later. And also, like, you're just wrong that when you said that Drow is scarier than this Void Spirit. She's really not. Her damage is single target, and it's not relevant for you when you have illusions up, compared to this guy who has AoE damage and he's a lot scarier. Not only that, but Drow doesn't want to chase you, she wants to farm, right? Void Spirit doesn't want to farm, he wants to chase you, and you're TPing on his lane. So now Ruby comes. They push into the tower. Now there's a fight here.
I'll take that.
Go back to the lane. So in the end, you leave the lane anyway, right? Because you can't stay there. Like what I mentioned earlier, right? They will push this lane, and your team is pushing top, and that's what usually is gonna happen. You don't want to be with your team now, right? You don't want to be fighting. You want to be farming. But the point is that top will become safer now. All right, this is the next TP, which is bad. So yes, there's a lot of farm bottom, but again, if you look at the map, top is the safest place to farm. So it would be better if you know, actually ran here and then you were able to TP top later. Because let's see what happens here. You're gonna take this farm, push it out, and then you need to go jungle again at some point. Like right now, there's a fight happening top, so it actually ends up working out. But I'm telling you, like, what will be the case most of the time. Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structure. Dire's bottom tower.
You do pressure this tower now. This guy TP's take bounties. We keep shoving bottom, now you got the defusal. So, if you look at the minimap now, right, you started like taking off in Askets, you almost top net worth even though they're leading a lot by kills, so you're doing a good job. But if you look at the minimap now, where's the safest place to farm?
Top.
Yeah, it's top, exactly, because like it happened a bit slower than it should, but eventually like top will become the safest place, like I said, because they want to push bottom, you want to push top. It's exactly like I told you right before it happened. They take your safe lane tower, you take their safe lane tower. There's a very good reason why it happens like this, like I explained, because of how valuable these towers are.
I actually died there. I got baited by nature.
Yeah, and if you look at the minimap here, I mean, everyone's missing. There's no one top. You see drone in the woods. So it's pretty obvious, like, where they might be. So now you actually TP top. The point is you can make this TP before you die, right? You don't need to die and then TP top. So you're completely free to do whatever you want here. You can be behind their tower because they're all bottom. And now you force them back, and the nice thing is, right, they cannot put pressure now because you make them TP to their own tower, and like even if they get the wave out now, like nothing's gonna happen more. So you TP mid because your team is bottom, that's okay. Although you would rather be bottom, to be honest. But you go to push out again. They're running at you again. Okay, let's think about this moment. If pause the map now, I mean pause the game now. You're running at the Nature's Prophet.
I
Right.
remember Invoker wants to kill Nature.
Okay. What is your game plan again?
Get my items.
Does not involve killing. Okay. I'm gonna go back 10 seconds. Look at this tasty creep wave. Drow just shoved. This creep wave is coming here. Okay. And you're ignoring it. Why? To go on a Nature's Prophet, who is 4th on net worth from their team. If you look at his items, he has 19 armor, right? And you do only physical damage. 20 minutes. Like, what is the best case scenario here?
To farm top.
No. Imagine, like, you go for this Prophet, and what's the best thing that can happen? Like, imagine everything is perfect, okay?
Mm.
You kill him, and you survive,
take-
right?
Yeah.
Oh, and then take mid. Okay.
Where
And
does it
you think they're not gonna fight because Prophet is dead?
Not really.
Of course not. No, it's a fucking position 4 Prophet, right? He's not the one who's gonna defend the tower. Like, what does he actually do? Like, he's there, clicks ulti, makes treants, and has the Vlad's aura. Okay. No, the hero that's the defend the tower are Rubik, Void Spirit, and SF. Drow also doesn't want to defend the tower because she wants to farm. But she could show up. I mean, literally everyone except Nature's Prophet, can realistically defend the tower. Also, this is the one hero that can always buy back and TP into the fight, even if if you decide to go for it. Right? So it's like the worst target to go for. And again, it's not your job to go for him. If you feel you're strong enough to 5-on-5 and you want to force the fight, you're not gonna do that by jumping on Prophet. You're gonna do that by going for the tower, right? But you're not doing that. You're going for a random kill. And this is, it's really bad. So now it's super deep. Okay, you said the best, let's go back to that, right? Like, what the point of killing heroes? What's the point of killing heroes?
Objectives.
Yes, okay. You kill the heroes so that they don't defend the tower. Now, one more, I don't want to give an example. What's the difference between killing someone and making them 10% HP? When it comes to pushing towers. There's no difference, right? The only difference is you get gold or not, but you're not getting much gold anyway from the kills. Kills don't give much gold. Right now, is any one of their team defending this tower? Right now.
Void.
He's defending it. How is he defending it? He's like
Yes.
2 screens away, man. He's at the tier 2. How is he defending the tier 1 when he's standing at the tier 2?
I got scared.
No one is defending this tower, right? So there's no reason to chase them. What you should do is right click the tower. That's it.
Yeah.
You have 24 armor, you can easily tank it. Okay? So chasing the heroes here is completely pointless. Yeah.
Dire's middle
So
tower
you do actually do that, okay? And now you go back to the jungle.
Yeah, SF is alive. And it's
'Cause
not my job right now. I don't have
Yeah,
mana.
and you don't feel strong enough to fight. Okay, fine. But let's go back then to this whole moment, the start of this moment. So you were farming really quickly, like since you started farming after lane stage and all the mistakes we talked about. But here, you take a long break from farming for basically no reason. At 2020. You finish hitting that camp, you could go straight for the creep wave, but you don't. And you go for this whole move. Now let's take a look how long it takes for you to start hitting creeps again. Remember 2020? Hit the tower. So it's not much, right? 30 seconds, but 30 seconds, you basically did this, right? You were here, you ran like this. 30 seconds. Might not seem like much, but it adds up, especially if you do this more often. Right? Waste of time, first of all, and you put yourself in a worse spot. Because like you said, as a carry, you want to be on the side lanes, split pushing. And you're in a great spot to do that, right? You farm this camp, you go for this wave, take the next wave, farm some more camps. Right, but you left that position, and now Queen of Pain is doing what you should be doing. TP here to farm these creeps. Let's go back actually again a bit. So here you TP, why?
To farm the wave.
Okay, to farm the wave, and because there's nothing to farm around you, okay. Can agree with that. You farm the wave, that's actually, this is the moment the treant's actually expiring, yes, yeah. Okay, you kill the wave, and meanwhile your team kills Rubik, okay, and now what? What do you want to do?
I don't know if I should join them or go back to jungle.
Okay, you don't know. Well, that's a problem because it's your job to know, and it's your job to tell them. Right? Are you ready to fight with these items?
Not yet.
No, it's pretty simple. You even have Manta recipe on the courier, right? So you're missing 800 gold for Manta. Obviously, you don't fight when you're missing like 20% of your next big item. I mean, you each have 2 items now, and I mean, you almost have the second one. So don't fight when you're that close to it. Just finish it first. Okay? And you're running mid, but there's no farm to be had here because your whole team is here. Meanwhile, bottom is getting shoved in. Right? So these are creeps that everyone is missing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It ends up working, enemies end up not fighting you, but still risk you don't need to take.
It's under attack.
So here, I mean, going into a huge fight, okay, chasing Dro. Dro is, I don't know what the fuck Dro is doing, completely out of position. Rubik is there, but SF is pushing bottom, Nature's Prophet is pushing, sorry, SF is top, Nature's Prophet is bottom. They're taking 2 towers while this is happening. And also, again, you're not farming, right? So, you kill the Dro, but it was a 5 versus 2, and your team could do it without you as well. And you basically slow down your farm by doing this. Okay, it's important you realize, even if you don't die and you get kills, you're still getting less gold than just by farming. Because kills don't give good gold. Now you have the Manta. Do you feel you're strong enough to 5-on-5 now? With Manta?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So how do you do that then?
I think smoke or get push bot.
Okay, remember what is the reason to fight?
Objectives.
To get objectives, yes. So you don't wanna just randomly go into the jungle fight somewhere. No, you wanna be
Bot.
fighting your objectives. Yeah. So this is good, you push the wave, kill an Nature's Prophet, you can keep going straight for the tower. Enemies don't want to fight you because you just got the Manta. It's 5 versus 4. It's pretty crazy how there's still, you guys have the 2 top net worths, but they're 7k ahead. It's really weird. This is like very weird.
Plus 5.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
So here you go back. Okay, you wanted to just get only the tier 1. Fucking whole jungle is cleared. Everyone is farming a lot. Okay, this is an interesting moment. SK gets killed. So what do you think they're gonna do now?
Push mid.
Yeah. And what should your response be?
Push bot.
Exactly. Because you can't fight him yet. Yeah. But you go into the fight. So
Yeah, they want to fight.
okay, but what does that mean? They want to fight? Like you said yourself the correct play is to push bottom, right?
Yeah.
So why do you go into the fight then?
I'm just listening to that invoker.
Okay, but is Evoker responsible for your MMR
No.
or your gameplay? No, man. Like it's you, right? So fuck the Invoker. If he's saying stupid stuff, just mute him, whatever. But don't. You cannot make that excuse like, oh my random pub teammate told me to do it, so it's not my fault. Like, no, you're playing the hero, bro. Like, it's on you to carry this game. It's a free PL game. If you play well, you can win this game alone. Right, so going into this fight, like, you have not even joined the fight yet, and what's going on? 2 allies are dead, and Queen of Pain used her BKB and ulti and is low HP. So what's the chance of anything good happening here? Basically nothing. But you rush in. Honestly, if you survive, enemy is just insanely bad. Yeah, okay, you survive, but like you really shouldn't. Okay, you should definitely die there because that's so. You basically charged in 1v5, right? And that shouldn't happen. And now you go back into the fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
With the basher, okay. Again though, like if you're going to fight, your camera needs to be on the fight so you actually see what's going on, because you're basically just charging in without really seeing anything. And even here again, 3 allies are dead when you go in 2 versus 5 basically. I guess enemies like fuck up big time, or they just, like I said, they don't have counters. So maybe you're able to do something, but yeah. I mean, you said you won this fight, and I mean they fucked up a lot, but that does not look like a win to me. And you cannot, like, your Valkyrie bought back. Fight recap. You guys got a bit more, but you died, right? Like it's, and it could have gone way worse. I mean, you survived way longer than you should. If we take a look at why, let's replay it. First, you're going on the draw. And Shadow Fiend doesn't use raises until after she's dead. Who knows why? Second, wait, what is where's Rubik? Okay, Rubik is taking some really long path around. Void Spirit actually, I guess you bait him with illusion, right? So he misses his resonant pulse on you because he chases the illusion, and it doesn't hit you with the nuke. Then SK comes in clutch at the last moment. Rubik, I have no idea what the fuck Rubik is thinking. Let's see. He has the Fate Bolt, but then he uses it when you doppelganger. Steals the worst spell somehow. Doesn't use the lift. Doesn't use Glimmer. Was his Glimmer? Okay. Yeah, he could easily Glimmer this Void Spirit and he would survive, but he just doesn't use it. So anyway, like, the fact that this fight went halfway okay doesn't mean it was actually a good idea. Because again, we go back to the moment where you went in. This is the moment you're initiating. 2 versus 5. Okay. And again, these guys are stupid. They're chasing SK. If they turned around on you earlier, right, it could have gone way worse. Rubik wasn't AFK and pressed Glimmer Cape on the draw, you wouldn't kill the draw. Should use stick charges and kill you. Okay, so did actually, but you had sentry there. Alright. If he used Fate Bolt earlier, I don't know why he... If this guy didn't waste his... I mean, there's like a lot of spell miscasts, you get the point, right? But it's not... Like, enemies misplaying doesn't mean that this was like a good fight. But we're already getting a bit over the time, actually, quite a bit. I'm gonna like, let's watch one more fight, and then we can make a summary.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And I guarantee you in that fight, you'd have a much better chance of surviving with Satanic than with Heart. It just gives you way more effective HP. Okay, let's look at this fight. So, like I said, the purpose of the fight is to push objectives after. If you win this fight here, what objective are you gonna get?
Top or Roche.
Oh, I mean, no, not top, because look at this wave. Like, it's pushing. By the time the fight finishes, this wave is gonna be here, at least. And same with mid, right? You don't actually have creeps to take this tower. You know how long it takes for your creeps to go from here to here? It's a long ass time, and they will just respawn by then, right? So yeah, only Roche you can get, but it's much safer to just shove in the creep wave and take the fight like that. You guys find row. Trying to Roche. SK dies. Well, it sort of worked out, although again all the lanes were super pushed. Now you need to de-push everything. But you're actually getting close to level 25, which is pretty huge. Okay, here you stop pushing top. Why?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to go back here. Okay, you see Void Spirit bottom. I think it's not a replay bug. Maybe it's a bug actually. I don't know. He's on the cam, but anyway, there's no reason to back off from here. Okay, like it's 44 seconds. The camps will respawn. You got Manta. You got doppelgangers. You wanna keep shoving this lane, right? I mean, until now you were fighting so happily, and now you have Aegis, and you're suddenly scared. Now you go for the heart. I guess you can say, okay, you want to finish your big item before the next fight. So now you have heart. Okay, top you went back, but now you're committing for the tower. Where's your team, man? Like, your team is not even close. No one can get there.
I remember they are chatting like they want to fight.
Okay.
And I said go bottom.
Yeah, but how are they gonna get here? Also, oh man, you're so close to level 25. I mean, if you get jumped here, like, no one can help you.
Yeah, I died there.
Oh, so you even go on the draw. Yeah, I mean, that's...
I just feel really strong.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel all strong all you want, but also you have to remember against Droll, by the way. Do you know how Droll ulti works? Do you know what it does
Ignores
exactly?
the armor.
Yes, it ignores base armor. And how much of your armor is base? Well, all of it, right? Because it's only Agi you have. That's the only armor source. So if you're not on top of the Droll, her hits really hurt. Look at that. That's one arrow coming in. And this is also the Void Spirit spell, but this one is normal hit. Another arrow coming in. Yeah, we can actually check it like here, how much damage it does. Target PL, attacker, draw. 600 damage. Right? The normal hits is like this, 160, 160, 560 when she procs the spell. Right, so this is another part of the reason why Heart doesn't help. Okay, it's not about, like, the difference with not having Heart, not having Heart is like you tanking 2 more hits from her. Right, you're not tanking shit, man. Like, it's either she's hitting you or she's not hitting you. That's what matters, not how much HP you have. Because right here, you died in a millisecond, right? You could have 3 hearts and you would still die, right? You could have 6,000 HP and they will still kill you. Like, just look at the way they kill you. It was in 1 Rubik lift. He actually misses his ulti and it doesn't matter. So I mean, if you want to know why you lost the game, this moment right here, for sure, but also in general the hard item choice, like I mentioned. But yeah, I mean, this was just going 1v5, right? Like, you, not that much to say about this particular moment, just lack of patience. But if you do this once, because you lost Aegis here as well, like, the game is over, right? Like you said, I mean, they got 2 racks here or something, but even if they didn't get racks, like, it doesn't matter. You cannot afford to do this ever. And you need to, yeah, remember how your hero matches up, because yes, it's good against Droll, but only if you're actually on top of her. Otherwise, like, she's what killed you. 1.9k physical damage. With basically no damage items, right? And this ability, you see that? Like, it's disabled if there's an enemy hero within 400 range. She loses the proc and she loses the agility bonus. So I'm gonna write down a couple more points. So general notes. On this replay, let me just copy paste it. Don't go 1-5, pretty simple. Fight for objectives, not just randomly in the woods. Use TPs more carefully. Try to force enemy rotation first and then TP. Another big one, yeah, so rotate to the enemy safe lane earlier. Don't wait to get killed first. And I guess one big one, yeah, is for the fights. Only take fights in which you are sure you won't die. Right? When you if you think there's a chance you die, then it's a bad fight. Okay, especially in a game like that. Do you have any questions for me?
Uh, when I'm playing carry, isn't it better to uh, like if I'm dominating the lane, isn't it better to farm their ancients also?
Um, sure, you could farm aggressively, but again, you're counting on your team backing you up, right? Because no matter how far ahead you are, you can't like 1v5. If they all rotate to kill you and there's no one there to save you, you're just gonna die. And you're gonna lose your lead. So,
Yeah.
again, you wanna make zero risk moves. Don't count too much on the team because you basically cannot count on them. Pretty much.
And I should stop listening to my team.
I mean, yeah, that one is pretty obvious too, yeah. Alright, man. I'm gonna link you my coaching Discord. You can join that and ask me questions there anytime. You can see also other students, questions by them. In the your location channel, you can react to get your role with your server. If you can write me a review on Gamer Sensei, I'll really appreciate that.
Sure.
I'll send you the recording when it's up, and yeah, I hope you found it useful. We can work on some more carries, or we can work on mid if you wanna do more. Apart from replay analysis, we can also do live coaching, right? Which is basically where you play, I watch you live, and I help you with the decision making, right? Like farm here, don't fight, you should fight, back off, TP there, etc. And that will help you like see the game from like a different perspective, how making different decisions.
Is there next session? Because when I subscribe, it says I subscribed for 2 months. I didn't really understand it.
So let me check. I mean, for how many hours did you subscribe though?
For 1 hour.
Okay, so that means it's gonna be 1 hour per month, basically. That's the
Yeah, like there is it free for the next month?
no, it's not free. Just if you subscribe, it basically there's like extra discount, but it's not free.
Okay.
So yeah, if you wanna do more, I mean, you could subscribe for like 3 or 5 per month, and we can do like once a week or so. That's what we do with a lot of students. I mean, it's up to you, of course, in the end.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, well, think about it, man. Try some games, applying these things. Yeah, let me know how it goes, and we can maybe schedule more.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Alright,
so
man.
much.
Yep, good luck, and see ya.
Alright. Thank you.